Alright, hello everybody. Oh, welcome back. Here for another part. This script is taking a lot longer than I thought. Alright, let's get going. Let's see, there's another customer, let's cook. Yeah, that's where we left off. An intent look sweeps the face of the staff. With a burst of grunts, cries, and hand claps, they return to work. Linguini beat too late. Yeah, let's, okay. Street near Gusteau's moments later. Remy's cage is set down and inside the trunk of Skinner's car. Remy looks up at Skinner. So, I have in mind a simple arrangement. So you will create for me a new line of Chef Skinner frozen foods. And I, in return, will not kill you. Remy startles, looks aghast, laughing. Skinner slams shut the trunk and exits towards the restaurant nearby. Emile watches cautiously. Jesus, right? You know what, honestly? These business people, these billionaires nowadays, they would fucking do that. Skinner. Au revoir, rat. Gusteau's restaurant, dining area, night. Mustafa draws a deep breath, gathering courage. He turns and approaches Eagle's table. Mustafa, do you know what you would like this evening, sir? Eagle lifts his gaze to Mustafa. Gaze at Mustafa. Eagle, yes, I think I do. After reading a lot of overheated puffery about your new cook, you know what I'm craving? A little perspective. Eagle snaps his menu shut and hands it to Mustafa. Eagle, that's it. I'd like some fresh, clear, well-seasoned perspective. Can you suggest a good wine to go with that? Mustafa baffled. With what, sir? Perspective. Fresh out, I take it. Mustafa, I'm sorry? Mustafa, very well. Wait, oops, I lost the script. Mustafa, I'm sorry? Oh, Mustafa's still talking. Very well. Since you're all out of perspective and no one else seems to have it in... Oh, wait, no. Why the fuck does it say Mustafa? It's... Okay, Eagle's supposed to say this. Very well. Since you're all out of perspective and no one else seems to have it in this bloody town, I'll make you a deal. You provide the food, I'll provide the perspective, which would go nicely with a bottle of Cheval Blanc 1947. Mustafa, I'm afraid I didn't... Your dinner selection? Eagle jumps to his feet. Suddenly, eye to eye with Mustafa. Eagle, tell your chef Linguini that I want whatever he dares to serve me. Tell him to hit me with his best shot. Mustafa scurries off. Seat at a nearby table, in disguise in a trench coat, sunglasses, and beret, Skinner jerks his head towards Eagle and speaks to his waiter. Skinner, deep voice, I will have whatever he's having. Inside Skinner's car trunk, Remy sits in the corner of his cage, alone and defeated. The Gusteau sprite appears. He studies Remy, speaking quietly. Gusteau, so, we've given up. Remy, why do you say that? Gusteau, says Remy. Gusteau looks around, shrugs. We are in a cage, inside a car trunk, awaiting a future in frozen food production. Remy, no, I'm the one in a cage. I've given up. You are free. Gusto, I am only free as you imagine me to be, as you are. Remy, oh please, I'm sick of pretending. I pretend to be a rat. For my father, I pretend to be a human through Linguini. I pretend you exist so I have someone to talk to. You only tell me stuff I already know. I know who I am. Why do I need you to tell me? Why do I need to pretend? Gusto smiles with affection and relief. Gusto, but you don't, Remy. He floats to Remy, puts his hand squarely on the rat's shoulder. You never did. And with that, Gusto fades away, a loud thunk as something hits the street pavement outside. Cathedral across from Gusto's dusk. A stone gargoyle he just missed the trunk of Skinner's car and shattered under the pavement. Django, clearly annoyed, calls the get-to-the-muscle-bound lab rat who's perched on the one gargoyleless balustrade above. Django, no, my other left, said Django. Git grunts, moves to the next gargoyle and pushes. Inside Skinner's car trunk, Remy, alert and excited now, calls out. Remy, Dad? Wham! The top of the trunk suddenly caves into from the second gargoyle's impact. Light streams and as Emile appears, Remy, Emile! Django joins Emile as he grabs the cage latch from the outside, straining with all their might. The three rats pop it open. Remy jumps out, gives Django and Emile quick hugs. Remy, I love you guys. Then scrambles out of the trunk and takes off towards Gusto's. Django, where are you going? Remy calling back. Back to the restaurant. They'll fail without me. Django, why do you care? Remy, because I'm a cook. Inside kitchen, Gusto, same time. Let's see, how far am I? Okay, cool. Chaos. Tempers as flares. Orders are piling up and the kitchen is dissolving under Linguini's leadership. Holding a pan filled with gray gloop, Horse confronts Linguini. Horse, it's your recipe. How can you not know your recipe? Linguini, I didn't write it down. It just came to me. We'll make it come to you again because we can't serve this. Mustafa, where's my order? Linguini, can't we serve them something else? Something I didn't invent? La Horse, this is what they're ordering. Linguini, make them order something else. Tell them we're all out. Prompt, we can't be all out. We just opened. La Horse, I have another idea. What if we serve them what they ordered? Colette, we will make it. Just tell us what you did. Linguini, I don't know what I did. Horse, we need to tell the customers something. Linguini, hysteria building. Tell them. Ah! Linguini runs into his office and slams the door closed. La Rose. Outside the back kitchen entrance. Gusto, same time. Django and Emile rushes to stop Remy as he heads towards the kitchen door. Django, Remy! Emile, they'll see you! Stop! But Remy pushes them away long enough to get the inside of the doorway, exposing himself to two cooks, the other rats in hide. Colette, he's come far, too far. Wait, Colette, he's come far, too fast. How could you do more with a little experience? Horst, we are not talking about me. We're talking about what to do in right now. Do the right now. Horst suddenly freezes, his gaze fixed on the back entrance. There, smack dab in the middle of the doorway, sits Remy, as brash as a tiny gunslinger entering the saloon. Colette, rat! Instantly, the other cook sees dangerous utensils in the charge at Remy, but Remy doesn't move. Suddenly, a voice shouts, Linguini, don't touch him! Miraculously, everyone stops. Their weapons raise their gaze, shifting to Linguini, who rushes in front of the group. Linguini, I know this sounds insane, but... Well, the truth sounds insane to me, but that doesn't mean it's not. The truth. The cook exchanged confused glances. Linguini, and the truth is, I have no talent at all. But this rat, he's the one behind these recipes. He's the cook, the real cook, like a little chef. The cook watch is in amazement as Remy hops into his lower palm. Linguini lifts Remy up to his head to demonstrate. Linguini, he's been hiding under my toque. He chooses the ingredients, the spices. Linguini picks up some spices, lifted them into Remy's nose. The other cooks react. The strange and familiar action of Linguini is suddenly stranger than ever. Linguini, he's been controlling my actions. Remy gives Linguini's hair a few tugs to demonstrate Linguini's limb move correspondingly. Linguini, he's the reason I can cook the food. That's exciting, everyone. The reason Ego is outside that door. You've been giving me credit for his gift. I know it's a hard thing to believe, but hey, you believe I could cook, right? Linguini laughs. The cook stare. He looks at them, earnest. Linguini, look. This works. It's crazy, but it works. We can be the greatest restaurant in Paris. And this rat, this brilliant little chef, can lead us there. What'd you say? You with me? For a moment, no one moves. Then Horst, tears welling up in his eyes, crosses to a grateful, moved Linguini and hands him his apron and toque, exiting silently out of the back door. Linguini watches, stunning as one by one the rest of the staff exits with him, leaving only Colette. Colette locks eyes with Linguini, both anger and tears welling up. Her hand comes up to slap him, but doesn't. Her hand just trembles and finally drops to her side. She pushes past Linguini and out the door. Linguini looks out at the dining room. Ego waits, drumming his fingers. Soon the customers will get restless. Linguini exchanges a sad look with Remy, shrinks into his office, closes the door behind him. Paris Street, moving with Colette and Knight. Colette speeds her motorcycle recklessly through the streets, crying. A cornhorn blast. She startles, hits the brakes, and skids to a stop, nearly running into the red light. She exhales, her heart racing at the close call. She looks up. A familiar cookbook beckons from the display window of a used bookstore. Cousteau's Anyone Can Cook. Colette stares at it, feeling a pang of emotion. Close on the cookbook, close on Colette. Behind her, the traffic light turns green, wide shot. The traffic on either side of her begins to go. Colette sits atop of her motorcycle, motionless. Let's see how far am I? It's a pretty good way to go. They resume Cousteau's kitchen. Alone in the empty kitchen, Remy faces the dining room door, feeling Ego on the other side, waiting. Remy slowly turns away, then realizes that Django is also here. Remy, Dad! He goes to Django. Dad, I don't know what to say. Django, I was wrong about your friend and about you. Remy, Dad, I don't want you to think I'm choosing this over family. I can't choose between two halves of myself. Django, I'm not talking about the cooking. I'm talking about guts. This really means that to you? Almost apologetically, Remy nods. Django sighs, then lets out a loud whistle. The rat clan emerges from the shadows, quickly surrounding them. Django, we're not cooks, but we are family. You tell us what to do and we'll get it done. A door creak turns the rat's attention to the back door where the health inspector has just entered. His eyes bug at the surreal sight. The kitchen is filled with rats. Slowly he backs towards the exit and bolts. Remy, stop that health inspector! Immediately, Django leads half of the rat clan after the inspector, yelling as he exits out the door. Django, Delta team, follow me. The rest you... Apologies for the early episode there. Alright, you guys have a good day.